Right. All right, we're back for more Call of Cthulhu. We encountered the Shambler last time. It turned out to be much more than an artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins, as a huge creature came out of the painting to attack Pierce. After a hard fight, the detective managed to send it back into the painting. Later, he discovered that the dagger he used to repel the creature had been sold to Sanders by a man named Algernon Drake, the owner of the Nameless bookstore. Pierce decides to pay the library a visit. And we stumbled into here last time at the end of the episode, but I think we'll have to just do those cutscenes again right now. Probably. Which is fine. It gets us back into it, I think, nicely. And he seemed like an interesting character who just kind of ignored us last time we played. He was writing in the bar and totally just ignored us altogether. Should the window be broken like that? Like, just my detective.
Bookseller?
Yeah, no, that's not my first question. My first question is, why is this window smashed with blood over it? And then you can probably just reach in and unlock it from the inside then. So this is like somebody broke in here. Now, I probably should try like inspect the books around here to see if there's any more leveling for my medical skills. Because what's my medical skills at here right now? What, a tab? Where did I, how do I get that again? Tab? No. What did I press to get to that? Escape, RI? God, I'm missing buttons now, hold on. Why did I get this so easily before? It was, diary is J. Okay, that's why. It's a weird button. It's a weird button to have it as. All right. Oh, good luck, Thorn. That doesn't sound good. Wow. Okay, interesting. Well, best of luck to you. Yeesh. Okay. Pierce is leveling here. Oh, you know what we haven't done is put any points into anything lately. I have 15 points to spend. Okay. Yeah. Let's increase hidden spot. We have 9 more points to spend. Eloquence is lacking quite a bit. We get a little smoother now. I've been playing this a little longer. And then I'll put my last point into... I'll put it here. See how it goes. And Sanity has some new things unlocked. We have nightmares, we have the ritual. In the tunnels underneath the Hawkins mansion, the Pierce witnessed the disemboweling of Officer Bradley by a man with a monstrous appearance. The men in gowns in the ritual had not succeeded in affecting the veteran. However, the brutal death of Bradley, the discovery of the identity of his killer, whom he recognized as dead Charles Hawkins, as well as the latter's superhuman strength, managed to strike fear into him. Pierce still does not know if he should believe what he saw. He may put these visions of horror to the shock caused by the death of Bradley, or he may put it down to lack of oxygen provoked by the rockfall, which doesn't make a lot of sense, right? Because the rockfall happened after this. So, I don't know about that. But something happened here because Bradley's just fine. So if we're looking at this, we're about a quarter of the way through the game, I would say. If this is just a little less than half with these last two. There's a revelation here. I'm guessing this is what Fixer was talking about. He said it has something to do with the gas that's coming through the pipes in that one scene. We don't know what it's all about. Our sanity's still stable, looks like. I don't know what this means, but it is what it is. Anyways, let's go. Let's look around again. Books.
An old diary.
Diary of a pastor's wife. The pastor declared himself to be the prophet. He renounced God and worshipped a strange pagan entity with a monstrous appearance. His wife tried to reason with her husband, but in vain. He was convinced that he must listen to the voice in his head because it holds the truth. So this is a eldritch cult kind of thing again. A lot of those going around. So there's something with the lamps, Fixer said. Now, there's something with the gas coming off the lamps. We don't quite know what that means. But... Oh, Moobot. I gotta turn that thing off here, hold on. Moobot's a little overzealous from last night. Okay, that should fix it. Yeah, Moobot was, I don't know, he was just letting you know. The history of Darkwater. In the 19th century, as American whaling industry reached its peak in the rest of the world, the whales gradually disappeared from the water surrounding Darkwater. This phenomenon appears to be even more mysterious because up until then, the region was a favored refuge for cetaceans. I'm going to say cetaceans. In 1847, after months of pursuit, the Scylla returned to the ports with a gigantic creature on board. Its crew asserts that the sea monster had eaten all of the disappeared whales. After a night of ferocious combat, the survivors managed to drag the beast onto the whaling ship. Cool. Yeah, bookstore's probably a good place to get some knowledge here. If you can find anything about these lights, that'd be good. Because I couldn't get down to the sewers at all is the problem. That's good. Fixer also said that someone in his comments, or maybe on the chat, said that the reason the one lever failed us for us in the first night is because of the order we did the gears in, apparently. If you do the gears in the wrong order, they will fail and lock us out. And it gave us no clue that that was the case. Signs of a struggle of some kind. Broken something. Let's stick around the first floor here before we start walking out. History of Darkwater Volume 2. A Puritan colony led by Reverend John Wickwood settled on the island during the 17th century. They named the island Darkwater because of the dark shades of the sea. They believed it was because of the peculiar color of the rocks surrounding the island. They erected the first buildings, among which were the Hawkins Manor, the church, and the cemetery. The rare documents and handwritten notes they left spoke of nightmares and deviant behaviors. They disappeared at the beginning of the 18th century. Okay, we're learning more about the history here. Some of which we suspected. My suspicion is that the creature they keep talking about having eaten all the whales and that they've all dined upon now is some type of eldritch old one type thing, and now they've all been driven mad by having that kind of food inside of them, and then their ancestors were all cursed by it too. As precise and illustrated with such detail as the first volume, this book focuses on the healing surgeries specific to malformations and motor disorders. That's excellent. That'll give us a point in medical. And we have 4 more points needed still for the next level, but we're getting there. Let's go back over here now. I'm interested by these little, like, lava lamp looking things here.
What happened here?
Alright, we have a investigation, a reconstruction. Let's get into it here. I enjoy these parts.
Let's start over. Where
They're a
did
little
they break
too
in
easy.
from?
Like I said.
Blood. Seems like amateur work.
Very skinny arm, too. If that can be trusted at all. Then we found the broken thing over here is probably a clue.
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
Mm-hmm. This was not here before. I hope we address that fact, because there was a map here or something that's not there now in the past. So that's interesting.
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What killed all these animals?
What are these animals? Rats and roaches?
What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
Huh. I mean, all of the dead rats and roaches? Or whatever? Maybe? Oh boy.
What the? Charles Hawkins?
Oh. I'm getting like glitches in the Matrix here now.
What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess?
Oh, damn.
Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
Some type of crazy book.
Drake
Algernon's
put in
here.
a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Okay, we found everything here. So bright. Okay, so he was looking at something over here. Aha.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Okay, so a page seems to be hidden here. It's possible to read. If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this plane of reality, in order so that they be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother if she is still of this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are found in 3 cylinders, and each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as a celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its contents into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armitage, of the Miskatonic University. And the content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents, and that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you nor to suffer from your actions. All right. Miskatonic University is something that's mentioned in at the Mountains of Madness. So it's a place that it's not a real university, but it's a place that's used in Lovecraft works. I've only read a couple of books and stories by him, but I do remember that, and also I remember it from Scooby-Doo. So those two things go together. One of the Scooby-Doo cartoons that mentioned Miskatonic University, I think being a reference to Lovecraft. I'm guessing, because they did a lot of references in that version of Scooby-Doo. So that's a good education right there. Read a couple Lovecraft and then mostly Scooby-Doo. Handbook on Anatomy and Dissection, Book 1. The least that can be said about this book is that the title is well conceived. Illustrations of human anatomy and dissection methods are illustrated in great detail. You have to have a strong heart or the detachment proper to doctors to consult its pages. A graphic novel. So, something about where life and something meet in the Greek world.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
So, that's interesting. I think we haven't found a single house that didn't have sleeping pills in it. Everyone's suffering from insomnia here. As
What
the
link
thing
did he
suggests
find
there.
between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
The key of R'lyeh. R'lyeh? I'm not saying it right. I'm not an expert in Lovecraft stuff at all. This key that bears the Elder Sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. And it is the form of a cylindrical medallion hanging at the end of a levy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch, whose purpose is to push back the forces of the great old ones, were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from the last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In the press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last Hawkins trip to Cairo. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifacts. Try to find out. Yeah, so that's the thing. Everyone's taking sleeping pills, and I'm fairly certain that Edward is taking sleeping pills also. So, yeah, everyone in this game. And that's the thing, too. I'm feeling like Edward is more connected to this than he knows. Because he just seems to have... He just seems to kind of be popping up in his own history here. Of his own investigation a little bit. Certain things... That's why it could just be him going mad. He has some problems like with alcohol early on and everything going on. So this could be... He might be just part of this without realizing. So that's that. There is a secret something here someplace. As you can see from the blinking in the bottom right. Oh, here we go.
A strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
An amulet in the shape of a dog. What kind of dog looks like that? I feel a feeling I better not touch it. A strange amulet. This pendant is in the shape of a large dog. I don't know what it represents. I might find more by searching the bookstore. The Hound. And we got an occult point for that? We did. We're up to 3 now. Which is great. We need that. So we have 3 dials here. We have 3 numbers to worry about. So, and a lot of whispering coming from that thing. Oh, wow. Okay. This stuff wasn't accessible before.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
Azahoth and Other Horrors. A collection of poems by Edward Pickman Derby, also known as the Nightmare Lyrics. This collection of poems was sensationally received when first published in 1908. Derby was only 18 years old. This is the volume of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on esotericism. I'm going to say that's the way to say that, and the supernatural.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
So this is another Arkham Anthology, The Key of Solomon. A book of spells supposedly written by the legendary King Solomon, contains various rituals of invocation and rituals of curse. Reedition by Claudia D. Waits, based on L.W. Lawrence's original. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises. Okay, got it.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
This opera in 8 acts of Benvenuto Ceti, Bogadero. Yeah. An infamous lyrical work published in Italy, 1768. It is said that the opera was performed only once, resulting in an audience riot that left several dead and missing. Interesting.
Arkham Editions.
Yeah, we get it.
Never heard of him.
This is written by Nostradamus. A collection of long-term astrological predictions written in verse, written by Nostradamus, translated by E. Leone and Theophilus Widebridge.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
How many volumes are in this collection? We got 1. So we found 1, 2, 3. I mean, that's a big question. Maybe that's an answer to one of these things here.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
We just read that. Okay. The ancient Frisian manuscript translated by William R. Sandbach. This text claims that in the distant past, Europe and other continents were controlled by the mothers of this people, and moreover that our alphabet is derived from the Frisian language.
Arkham Editions.
Things that should not be.
Never heard of him.
A collection of essays on American folklore and urban legends written by Albert Wilmarth, professor at Miskatonic University.
How many volumes are there in this
Corpus Hermeticum, written by Hermes Trismegistus, translated and edited by Nathaniel M. Coplius. This collection of texts on different beliefs was written by the legendary philosopher. It includes a translation of the Emerald Tablet, a popular text among 16th century alchemists.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Isis Unveiled. A book of esoteric philosophy, a key text in Madame Blavatsky's Theosophical Movement. All right. A lot of $5 words in these books here, huh? And I bet you there's even more. Oh, there's not. Aha.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
How? We need a phonograph of something or something. We found a cylinder before too. Breviary of Medicine, Tome 3. In a few years back, it was possible that a single practitioner should know all of the medical knowledge of this time. This book, which concludes the series, shows that this is now virtually impossible. About 10 renowned doctors took part in putting this together, this collection. All right. Ooh, another one.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical Movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
These Tibetan writings are the origin of esoteric movement founded by Helen Blavatsky at the end of the 19th century. The creator of Theosophy would have drawn extensively on the text of this work, but no one has ever been able to consult them. I thought they didn't exist. This book discovered in the nameless bookstore on Darkwater could be a fake, could be as much a fake as irrefutable proof of Blavatsky's sincerity. We got more occultism there. We got a progression on that too. What does that mean? Are we up to 4 now? No, we're close. 5 more needed for 4. It says something like the Greek works. Oh, here, what's this?
Things are not looking good.
Let's see. No, it doesn't look good. For who? I'm trying to figure out who's winning here. I think White's probably losing here. Oh, here's a phonograph. We have Drake, Cylinder 1, 2, and 3.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Is that it? Okay.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
So, okay. Something with pawns.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Okay. So he said 3 cylinders, right? I think those are where the clues are lied. So I think his combination has to do with this, first of all. The number of pawns. He has 3 off to the side here. So it could be 3, because there's only 3 white pawns shown in the entire board. And he did say something about white pawns, yes?
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers.
Protect the White Queen.
I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Okay, so I'm thinking pawns are a clue here for one of the numbers. Because there's 3 of them sitting here. And they are trying to protect the White Queen. And their number's dwindling. Yada yada. I think there's a lot of consistency there. He mentions one of the books over there. And what is the first cylinder mentioning as far as...
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Red drops.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Okay, so I think that, I think there's going to be something around here that is looking like a grail, maybe. And it's going to have red dots on it, or red stones on it. Possibly. Oh, here we go. Right here.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
I think this is the clue here. He said something about red stones set in gold. 1, 2... How do I know where the front is here? I'll go off this crack right here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think 5 is the number here. For the safe. And then we need to find the book. Volume 9 is what he's looking for here. What is this? Oh, this is my lamp oil. Okay. Alright. Volume 9 was like up here.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Okay, so we got a couple of things here. We have 1908. We have 18. EP Derby, that's all we know. Let's go back and listen to what his words are on this book quick here, because I think that's going to be our question. It's going to be either 8 for the year.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Okay. So, we know 3 of the numbers. We know the first one here is cylinder 1, 2, and 3. It probably corresponds to the 3 locks. The pawns being the second one, which is 3. So 3, 5, 3, 8 would be the code then, if it is 8. Let's go try it. Hopefully it's not one of those things like fails if I get it wrong here. The only other thing I could think of is that it's 9. It's just 9 is the clue. So it could be 8 or 9 for the last number here. Let's try it. So we have... This one's for sure 5. This one's for sure 3. Nope. We got it. It was 9 for Anthology 9. Oh, good. He told us to take the contents someplace. He didn't tell us to read it. I got a lot of scratches on my face all of a sudden. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, well then. Now we're back in the Riverside Institute. A book covered in human skin lied inside. Irresistibly attracted the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another's body. So at least it tells what's going on there, which is nice. But now, who are we going to be? We know a couple people who are at the Riverside Institute, namely Sarah. There was the guy who just died, whose name is escaping me. He was talking about the Shambler, and then he died. Shoot. Something Sanders. Yeah. So that could be it. I don't know. We'll see who we get to be. And now the game doesn't seem to be loading, though. Oh, there it goes. Jeez, that took a long time. Come on. All right.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
Oh, wait.
He's
her?
busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Let's examine the patient.
Very well. I'll examine him. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body. 30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
This guy's weird.
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
He has something in his belly. State of his limbs is worrisome. He's severely dehydrated. I mean, any of these would be true.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion.
Huh.
But that doesn't explain his condition.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Or can he?
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
Dr. Fuller doesn't know what he's doing.
I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes.
Hey,
They can't
Six.
have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
He's turning into a
Sure, you'll
squidman.
find an explanation. You have to.
He's turning into a squidman. His body's mutating.
I
Yes.
almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
Yes, I do, but
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
uh-huh.
Your
Why are you wearing
imagination
sunglasses
is without
inside?
limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
You're turning him into a monster? I've never seen anything like this.
Limbs? His body temperature? I don't know what experiments you've undertaken, but this is going too far.
Oh, I sense some excitement beneath your indignation. Could it be you wish
No.
to join me in my scientific endeavors?
I'll pass.
You are a brilliant physician, Dr. Fuller, but this man has the attributes of some kind of animal.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod?
Yes.
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man and the others whose medical files
Yeah.
you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm. Veiled threats?
Was that a threat?
Yeah.
What did he mean?
Not that
It
veiled,
was
apparently.
a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Hidden files of proof. Stay out of this. Nobody mentioned his crimes for now. None of those options are great. I mean, his hidden files are proof.
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor.
This is not
You can
good.
count
Isn't
on
she the
me.
nurse
I'll
from
keep
downstairs when Edward was in there?
An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects.
Mm-hmm. Unless all the nurses are the same, but seems odd. She was the one to give Edward an injection downstairs.
This
I think.
place draws you in and never lets you go. The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
All right, so we got to get to Fuller's office. Just gonna head down the hallway here.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this
Who?
up, and I'm the one who pays.
He looks the same as the other guy.
I don't have any business in the boiler room.
Huh. Well. Gentlemen? I don't think we need to talk to reception. Block H. Block B?
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
Why is there so much water?
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan?
Listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh well. At least we won't have to clean for a while.
I feel like I'm going in circles. I just did.
It's a real shit.
Yes, I did. Alright, I'm back where I started. Now what? She said still being somebody being in the bathroom for a long time. Guess we look for the women's room. Oh, here we go.
Let's hope I can go through the administration office.
Yeah, let's hope for that. Okay, so
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
Ms. Donovan, huh? Oh, you're the one from downstairs.
Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Oh, good. Well, we need you to leave. Is that okay?
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Hang in there.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap your morale. We're lacking in qualified personnel, and she knows it. Her petty punishments won't last forever.
I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. It's just that sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself, just for the pleasure of harassing me.
Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games.
Anyway, I've learned my lesson. I'll hold my tongue next time.
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Alright, so is the water shut off now?
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly. It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
So, am I following this pipe? The way she looked at it.
The door to the boiler room is locked. I have to get the key if I wish to get rid of Donovan.
I see.
We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, and Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. I'm afraid I can do nothing about it for the moment.
Alright, so cut off the water. We need the janitor again.
Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I'll see to it right away.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients' files around here.
Rules are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge. Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want.
Understood. Anything else?
As a matter of fact, yes. A man has been brought up from the basement.
Oh. What state is he in now?
You should go see for yourself, Doctor.
Okay. We didn't get to ask about the key.
The boiler room key is not in its place. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
So these keys are the ones I need. These keys are others. Okay. All right. They want me in Ward B. Let's
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays.
Oh, they said she's still in the bathroom. It's her, I'm guessing.
So unfair.
All right, so getting turned around here. Block B. Here we go. Hi guys. Block B. Okay.
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
Okay. Saved him, I guess.
Dr. Colden?
Hello, Betty. I'm looking for the key to the boiler room.
What for?
To put it in its place.
None of your
Perhaps
business.
I should do the same with you.
Oh.
I beg your pardon?
I
Yeah.
suspect you of having a little too much fun at Elizabeth's expense. But be warned, it could easily be you they will all be laughing at tomorrow.
You are right, Doctor. The key is in the dormitory office in Block B.
Okay.
Thank you. I shall go fetch it.
Dormitory office is probably this. Nice.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
All right. So we get her out of there. And then here we go. Nice place. Put some muscles in it.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Hammer it wouldn't work. Okay, find a tool, cut out the water, distract Donovan, get into Fuller's office. What tools have we seen so far? I don't think there'll be anything in administration. Not the exit. Block B is probably no good. Kitchen.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
Okay, so how do I poison Donovan? All right, well, we got some medical research there, but we're already a nurse. Like, we're already a doctor, right? So why do we need more medical? Unless that
We've
applies
been
to
waiting
Edward.
to be restocked for weeks.
Where can anything be? It's not gonna be this way.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
There was a guy that I could talk to. Oh, janitor? No. There was a guy sitting on a bench over here I could talk to. See if I can find him quick.
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
I'm sorry. Dr. Fuller is a very busy man.
Well, is there anyone else who can tell us what's going on?
She's our only family, you know? And we can't even see her medical file.
Don't worry. I'm aware our institution is not always welcoming. But your mother is in good hands. I'll tend to her
No, that's a lie.
myself and keep you informed at once. Would that suit you?
Well, that sure sounds great to us, Doctor. Thank you.
But those are just words, so we're not budging.
Very well. At least I'll know where to find you.
So, Doctor, have you been able to examine our mother?
Not yet.
I'm sorry, but I don't have time for this right now.
Ooh.
They're taking us for fools.
Not the kitchen. Oh, here we go. Is there something over here? Nope. Thought maybe like we can use like one of these things to pry with or something like that, but that's a
He
negative.
broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
By the docks?
Oh, so there's Harding. She's still sleeping. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney.
Okay.
Another
We deal
insomniac.
detail on all these guys.
I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Lots of insomniacs. Alright, now we're in the main lobby. I imagine there's not anything useful in here.
Doctor, those people need you at the dormitory.
I'll tend to it. Don't worry.
What, Oh. She was talking about the people over here sitting on the bench, right?
So, Doctor, have you been able to examine our mother?
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. Her kidneys are as new.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so it won't make a difference.
Okay. We help them out. Nope.
Dr. Colden?
Do we need to go talk to her again?
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Oh, hey, Officer Bradley.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
You're a bad liar.
You're not here for treatment, right?
Am I so obvious?
Only to me. I know you worry about me.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you.
Me too, Ethan. Is that all?
Well, there might be something else. I'm not sure.
Tell me.
I have nightmares.
Another
They keep
one.
me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
Mm-hmm.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh, there's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
I just don't know what we can use to open. Oh, there's something hidden in here. Here we go. Yes. Now, what do we do if we didn't get that, though? We just gotta find a different way? I guess there is different ways, though, because there was with the chili or whatever, and the stew or whatever was being made. So, yeah, there's other options, I suppose. Other ways to play this. There we go.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Let's go through here again.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Okay, how do we get...
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
I think we get her to do it, maybe?
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
Yep, you go distract her, please. Yes. All right. Where are you going? All right. Looks like she's gone. Okay.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here.
Where? I mean, there's nothing in here. Oh, here we go.
The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
The study of the Stendhal syndrome, a particularly rare mental illness. Subjects display mental disorders linked to an exposure to works of art, which is exactly what seems to be going on here.
I should go another way.
Yeah, but we need to get... Alright. What else in here? Let's just do a quick perimeter scan of the room. I got her in trouble. She's helping us out, though. She's just one of the other pawns in this game. Nothing in here. Nothing in here. Search Fuller's office. Oh, here we go.
Something is wrong with these masts.
Uh-huh.
It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something.
That was
Patient
quick.
files.
That was way too quick.
I was right.
Okay, we got a cylinder. And like I said, I'll just listen to it in here before I leave.
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos.
This finger belonged to a woman. Why keep it here?
Huh. The price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' ability.
Why is Ethan on medication?
Everyone's on medication.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
There's no other dot. Oh, here we go.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection.
Yep. That's true. So, well, that's not that surprising though, right?
I must go back to the basement.
Oh, is this where she finds... Is this where she finds Edward? Because then it makes sense. Like, she just found out about this stuff. She goes down there and finds Edward now. What direction is it, though? No? It was around here someplace. It had a big grate. I think we're in block A. And it's like down here. Yes. So now we get down in here and we find Edward. And it gets a little spookier with all the blood everywhere. Oh, hi.
Ah,
Doctor.
now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity.
Of course, yes.
It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
Oh, snap. Well then.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around.
Oh, this guy.
Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Or I swear I'll shoot!
I have eloquence now, right? Let's try. Oh, no, we can't do that. It was Charles Hawkins. Let's do this.
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead.
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh.
But his tentacles couldn't work the
The
lock.
book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you.
Yeah.
Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
Let's do the unlocked answer.
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
Yeah, let's bring him with.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go. Rescue the doctor.
Thank you, Drake.
Okay. Nope. Where did this car come from? We arrived here by boat. And we just borrowed his car, maybe. All right, Chapter 9, Riverside Institute. I think I might call it early tonight here, because it's a good breaking point. I don't want to get into a whole other chapter here. But I'll bring this back tomorrow night for some more, I think, when I have a little more energy. Feel a little sleepy right now, so I'm going to wrap it up here, I think. Sorry for the short stream, but had a big one last night, I think. Was the big problem here, trying to get everything out today. But we'll do the Riverside Institute and find out what's going on with Dr. Colden and see if we can find out what happened to that. We'll see what the intro scene looks like here, at least, if it loads ever. And yeah, I'll probably start about the same time tomorrow night, but I should be a little more rested, I think, and ready to go. So, let's see what's going on here first before we wrap up. If it loads. All right, let's see what this is all about here. A little taste for tomorrow.
I pray that Colden
that's all we
is
get.
really here and alive.
They don't lock this place? Oh, I broke into the window. That's why. Okay, neat. Anyways, guys, that's what we'll wrap it up. Thank you for joining me for tonight. Archer Girl, Diesel, anybody else still hanging around? Thank you guys for hanging out. Sorry for the short stream. I'll be back tomorrow for more. Have a good one.